What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Rex Righteous, and I'm back with another Flashpoint. Alright, so I saw this topic, I saw that it was trending, and I wanted to chime in on it and give my thoughts. So, obviously, there are some talk about Danny Garcia and Manny Pacquiao, um, but nothing is official yet. The welterweight division right now has enough fighters that you can make a Street Fighter game off of it, or a small little Mortal Kombat roster, and make a game out of it, and it would sell well because there's enough there. And with the constant change of who's winning and who's lined up to fight who, it keeps getting closer and closer to a pretty good demanding fight like we've had with these two guys. Usually it revolves around Manny Pacquiao and Terrence Crawford, or Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford, or whatever. They mix and match. Sometimes there's talks about Floyd Mayweather and Pacquiao and Thurman, blah blah blah. You already know. But this fight has actually been spoken about before in the past, especially when Danny moved up to 147. It's almost like Manny's eyes would open up when people would talk about Danny Garcia, and I don't think it's anything personal. I think Manny is intrigued by the fight. I think the fact that Danny throws haymakers and his fight style favors Manny Pacquiao, since Manny Pacquiao likes to shoot down the middle. And then also there's the fact that Danny has knockouts, and he's a young guy, and he has a good following, and he's respected. He's got some pedigree wins, and he's beaten Amir Khan, so it's a good look for Manny. But let's get down to it. So basically, I'm making this video to say I think that Manny Pacquiao would win that fight. Now, let's read into this article real quick. It's one of the latest quotes from Danny Garcia. It says, "I hope I didn't scare Manny Pacquiao away. Danny Garcia did what he needed to do to re-enter the welterweight division picture. Hope I didn't scare him away. I'd love to rematch with Sean or Keith Thurman, or fight Errol Spence Jr. I'm back. It felt good landing a big left hook. I was proud of my performance. I thought I did a great job tonight. I felt really good. I wasn't at my best the last couple of fights. This is the Danny Garcia that you're going to see for the rest of my career." Blah blah blah. Okay, so I guess it was just a one-line thing, just to make it like kind of like clickbait. But anyway, let's talk about it. What do I think would happen in a fight between them two now? Okay, well, regardless of the fact that Manny Pacquiao is 40 years old, he still has pop. If you have pop, you're not just a normal fighter, you're a dangerous fighter. Now, if you're a legend and you have balance and you're left-handed, then you are really dangerous. The only thing that Manny is not the same in is his speed. Other than that, he is a very dangerous fighter, in my opinion. I think he's still very dangerous for a lot of fighters in the welterweight division. I think he's top two. It's him and Terrence Crawford, in my opinion. Now, I think Errol Spence Jr. has the most potential, and then everyone else just kind of falls in line, and they battle it out themselves, because Keith Thurman hasn't shown me that he can get into the lion's den with Manny Pacquiao like that, because he hasn't won his last fights to me decisively. They were very close, they were marginal, and he's losing his pop. Um, he was known for being a knockout artist. That's not the case anymore. Of course, when you get a little bit into the higher ranking fights and the elite level fights, and there's two titles on the line, things get a little bit more difficult and it's a little bit harder to knock people out. But that's not always the case in boxing. There's history of that taking place even more. Knockdowns, knockouts, people getting dizzied, dropped, whatever the case is. People do show up, and there are boxers that do show up. So if we're going to talk about Manny Pacquiao and Danny Garcia, I'm picking Manny simply because of the pop. I think that Manny is going to land more aggressive shots, more shots that will wow you. I mean, I'm not going to say that Manny has fought the same level of opposition as Danny in the latest years, because Manny's been there and done that. And I'm not gonna sit here and try to sell you a bridge by telling you that Manny could beat Danny and then beat whoever's next. You know, like, if he beats Danny, he would have to fight someone like Sean Porter, like step down a little or step to the same level. You know what I mean? I don't think Sean Porter is that much better than Danny, but at the same time, I don't see Manny fighting Errol Spence Jr. after Danny. Like, I'm not gonna sell you that bridge. I'm not gonna say that Manny can beat Errol Spence Jr. and then beat Danny or Keith Thurman. You know, I'm not gonna sell you that bridge. What I am gonna say though is that in this moment, Manny is very dangerous for any welterweight in the division, point blank, period. He is dangerous because he still has pop. He still has those spots, those pockets, that if he hits you, he will rock you. He's not a normal fighter. He's a legend, and he's still packing some power, man. So, being that Danny has haymakers in his arsenal, it's gonna take Manny to be very sloppy to get hit by one of those. But I do give some inside game to Danny if we're checking off a list. I give him some chance there, but I don't think Manny's gonna be staying there for too long in the inside and stuff like that. I don't see Manny being afraid of his power. It would be a great win for Manny, and he knows that. So mentioning Manny like Danny did is a big deal to him, because it makes him another fight. It makes it more legendary, and it brings it to another notch. Now, Danny Garcia's dad could also try getting in Manny Pacquiao's head, but I don't think that's gonna work unless he says something super crazy like he has in the past, or super outlandish, racist or something like that, and then all of a sudden Manny Pacquiao loses his focus. But either way, if we're talking about Manny Pacquiao now, I don't see a problem. You know what I mean? I see it as maybe a 8-4, 7-5. That's the closest it'll get. It would be surprising to me, because Danny just doesn't have the output. He's not gonna run away from the fight, but he just doesn't have the output, and Manny still does. So in my opinion though, whenever Manny has those fights, it usually takes a lot out of him. Like when he fought Margarito, I thought that took a lot out of him. The Joshua Cloudy fights where he's throwing hundreds of punches and these guys aren't going down, I think that takes a lot out of a fighter. You know, whether it's, you know, cardio or the blood or heart, you know, it kind of ages the fighter every time you have those kind of fights, because they're getting hit too. And Manny's little. He's shorter than these guys, and he's going inside and he's getting hit. You got to get hit in order to go in and attack like that. And I've been told that by boxers. So I'm not just saying it. But anyway, that's my take on it. I think the Keith Thurman fight is a little bit closer. It would be a lot more closer if Keith Thurman had some pop. He's lost some pop. He got hit in his last fight, Keith Thurman, and you know, his hands haven't been the same, just like Broner's. His hands haven't been the same. But yeah, man, that defense of Manny Pacquiao, the elusiveness, the back and forth, the being able to counter and get out of the pocket like that, it's just too good. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. I'm out. It's your boy Rex Righteous, and let's try to keep boxing alive. Peace out. Shout out to everybody that's been talking about the subject, and let's keep them coming.
So it's burning me lips, a shepherd to the sheep, a paternity test. We show that I'm your father, boy, learn some respect. You feel that? That's my foot on your motherfucking chest. I swear I wrote the book on how to come for your neck. Pull your card, your numbers up, crumble your deck. What's a lion to a dinosaur? Call me Righteous Rex.